You found this video at this exact moment for a reason, not because of an algorithm, not because of chance, but because something inside you has been searching for a sign, searching for permission, searching for someone to finally say the words your soul has been waiting to hear. And here is that sign. If you are watching this right now, you are likely in one of the most difficult chapters of your life, or you have just come through one, or you can feel one approaching on the horizon. Something brought you here. A late night when sleep would not come, a moment of despair when you typed words into a search bar, hoping the universe might answer. A quiet whisper inside you that said, there has to be more than this. I want you to know something important before we begin. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not failing at life while everyone else has figured it out. What you are experiencing right now, this heaviness, this uncertainty, this feeling of being lost in a fog you cannot seem to find your way out of, it is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that something is changing within you. And that change, as painful as it feels right now, is the beginning of something you cannot yet see. Over the next minutes, I am going to share with you a framework that has helped thousands of people not just survive their darkest moments, but transform them into the foundation of their greatest strength. This is not about toxic positivity. This is not about pretending everything is fine when it is not. This is about understanding what is actually happening inside you during difficult times and learning how to work with it instead of against it. By the end of this video, you will have a completely new way of understanding your struggles. You will have practical tools you can use tonight, tomorrow, and for the rest of your life. And most importantly, you will have something that no one can ever take from you, the unshakable knowledge that you have survived every single difficult day you have ever faced, and you will survive this one too. If you are ready to receive this message, if something in you recognizes that this is exactly what you needed to hear right now, take a deep breath with me, breathe in, and let it go. Let us begin. I know where you have been. I know about the nights that feel endless, when the ceiling becomes your companion and your mind becomes your enemy, when every worry you have ever had decides to hold a conference in your head at 3 in the morning and sleep feels like a distant country you no longer have a passport to. I know about the heaviness that greets you in the morning, that moment when you first wake up and for a brief, beautiful second you have forgotten, and then it all comes rushing back. The situation, the loss, the fear, the uncertainty, and you have to find the strength to put your feet on the floor one more time. I know about the exhaustion that goes deeper than tired, the kind of fatigue that sleep does not fix. Because it is not your body that is exhausted, it is your spirit. It is the part of you that has been fighting, holding on, keeping it together for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to simply breathe without carrying the weight of the world on your chest. I know about the loneliness, even when you are surrounded by people, even when you have family and friends who love you. There is a specific kind of isolation that comes with deep struggle, the feeling that no one truly understands what you are going through, the way you have learned to say "I'm fine" so convincingly that even you almost believe it sometimes. I know about the comparison trap, scrolling through your phone and seeing everyone else's highlight reel while you are drowning in your behind-the-scenes footage, wondering why everyone else seems to have it figured out, wondering what is wrong with you that you cannot seem to get your life together the way they have. I know about the shame, the voice that tells you that you should be stronger than this, that other people have it worse, that you have no right to struggle when there are people facing real problems, that voice that turns your pain into evidence of your weakness instead of proof of your humanity. I know about the fear, the terror that this feeling will never end, that you will be stuck in this darkness forever, that you have somehow wandered so far off the path that you will never find your way back. And I know about the desperate search for answers. You have probably tried so many things: self-help books that promised transformation in 30 days, meditation apps that were supposed to bring you peace, but just made you feel like a failure when your mind would not stop racing. Advice from well-meaning people who have never walked in your shoes, telling you to just think positive, to be grateful, to look on the bright side. Maybe you have tried therapy. Maybe you have tried medication. Maybe you have tried changing your diet, your exercise, your routine. Maybe you have tried ignoring it, pushing through it, numbing it, and maybe some of those things helped for a while. But here you are, still searching, still hoping that somewhere, somehow, someone has the answer that will finally make everything click. I want you to know that your search brought you exactly where you needed to be. Not because I have all the answers, I do not, but because the very fact that you are still searching, still trying, still showing up and looking for a way through, that is the evidence of something powerful within you. A part of you refuses to give up. A part of you, no matter how small it feels right now, still believes that things can get better. That part of you is what is going to carry you through this. And in the next few minutes, I am going to show you why that part of you is far stronger than you have ever given it credit for. But first, I need to tell you something that might challenge everything you have been taught about difficult times. What if everything you have been taught about struggle is backwards? We live in a culture that treats difficulty as a problem to be solved, an obstacle to be overcome, a detour on the way to the real life that is waiting for us somewhere on the other side. We are taught that happiness is the default state and anything less is a malfunction. We are taught that successful people do not struggle, that strong people do not break down, that if we just try hard enough, think positive enough, work smart enough, we can avoid pain altogether. And so when difficulty finds us, as it inevitably does, we do not just suffer from the situation itself, we suffer twice. Once from the pain, and again from the belief that we should not be in pain. This is the great lie that keeps people trapped in their darkest moments far longer than necessary. The truth is far more liberating. Struggle is not a detour from life. It is life. It is not a sign that something has gone wrong. It is a sign that you are alive, that you are growing, that you are being asked to become more than you have been. Every single person you have ever admired, every hero in every story that has ever moved you, every great leader, artist, innovator, or sage throughout human history has one thing in common. They did not avoid difficulty. They were forged by it. The breakdown precedes the breakthrough, always. Think about the caterpillar in the cocoon. From the outside it looks like destruction. The caterpillar literally dissolves. Its entire identity, its body, everything it knew itself to be, liquefies into a formless soup. If you did not know what was happening, you would think it was dying. But inside that apparent destruction, something miraculous is occurring. The imaginal cells, tiny clusters of possibility that were dormant within the caterpillar all along, begin to awaken. They find each other. They start to build something entirely new. Not a repaired caterpillar, not a caterpillar 2.0, something that can fly. The dissolution was never the end. It was the necessary middle, the space between who you were and who you are becoming. This is what I call the turning point. The turning point is not a moment when everything suddenly gets better. It is not a magical transformation that happens overnight. It is something far more profound. It is the moment when you stop seeing your struggle as something happening to you and start recognizing it as something happening for you. When you stop asking, why is this happening, and start asking, what is this making possible? It is not about denying your pain or pretending it does not matter. Your pain is real. Your struggle is valid. Anyone who tells you to just get over it has either never truly suffered or has forgotten what it felt like. The turning point is about finding meaning in the midst of the pain, not despite it but through it. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps, dedicated his life to studying this phenomenon. He watched some people in the camps lose all will to live, while others, facing the same horrific conditions, maintained their humanity and even found moments of meaning and connection. The difference was not their circumstances, it was their inner response to those circumstances. He wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. This is not toxic positivity. This is the deepest truth about human resilience. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you always have a choice about who you will become in response to what happens. The difficult chapter you are in right now is not meaningless suffering. It is raw material, and you are the artist who gets to decide what you will create from it." Right now in the comments, I want you to complete this sentence. The difficult time I am going through might be preparing me for. Write the first thing that comes to mind. Do not overthink it. Sometimes our unconscious wisdom knows things our conscious mind has not yet recognized. Share it and read what others have written. You might find your hope reflected in someone else's words. Now that you understand the deeper truth about what difficult times really are, I want to give you something practical, something you can use not just today, but every time life brings you to your knees. I call it the anchor system. When you are lost at sea in a storm, you do not need the storm to stop. You need something to hold on to, something stable, something that keeps you from being swept away while the waves rage around you. That is what these three anchors provide. They are not about escaping your pain. They are about remaining present and grounded within it, so that you can navigate through it with intention rather than being tossed around helplessly. The first anchor, presence. The first anchor is presence. The ability to be here, now, in this moment, instead of lost in the regrets of the past or the fears of the future. Here is what most people do not understand about suffering. The vast majority of our pain does not come from what is actually happening in this present moment. It comes from our thoughts about what happened before, or our fears about what might happen next. Right now, in this exact second, as you hear my voice, you are okay, you are breathing, you are alive. The roof is not caving in, the ground is not opening up. In this precise moment, you have what you need to survive, but your mind does not live in this moment. It lives in stories. Stories about how you failed, stories about how things might get worse, stories about what other people think, stories about who you should be by now. Those stories are not reality, they are thoughts, and thoughts, no matter how convincing they feel, are not facts. The practice of presence is simply this. When you notice yourself spiraling into the past or the future, gently bring yourself back to what is real right now. Your breath, the sensations in your body, the sounds around you, the weight of your body against whatever surface is supporting you. You do not have to solve your entire life in this moment. You just have to survive this moment, and in this moment, you already are. One practical technique is what I call the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise. When anxiety or despair starts to overwhelm you, pause and name 5 things you can see right now, 4 things you can physically feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This is not about distraction, it is about reconnection. Reconnection to the present moment where you are safe, where you have agency, where the catastrophes your mind is projecting have not actually happened. The second anchor, perspective. The second anchor is perspective, the ability to see your situation from a higher vantage point. When you are in the middle of a forest, all you can see is trees, endless trees in every direction. It is easy to feel lost, trapped, like there is no way out. But if you could rise above the forest, even for a moment, you would see something different. You would see that the forest has edges. You would see paths you could not see from the ground. You would see that while you are in the forest now, you will not be in it forever. Perspective is about finding that higher vantage point for your life. One way to do this is through what I call the 10-10-10 exercise. When you are facing a difficult situation, ask yourself 3 questions. How will I feel about this 10 minutes from now? How will I feel about this 10 months from now? How will I feel about this 10 years from now? This is not about minimizing your current pain. It is about recognizing that your current emotional state is not permanent, that the intensity you feel right now will shift, that most of what feels catastrophic today will be a faded memory in a decade. Another powerful perspective shift is to imagine yourself 5 or 10 years in the future, looking back at this exact moment. What would that future version of you, who has already survived this, want you to know? What would they be grateful you did? What advice would they give? Often the person we become through our struggles has wisdom that our current self desperately needs to hear. The third anchor, purpose. The third anchor is purpose. This is not about having some grand life mission figured out. It is about finding a reason, any reason, to keep going. When we are in deep pain, our world shrinks. Everything becomes about the pain. We lose sight of why we were fighting in the first place. We forget what we care about, what matters to us, who we love and who loves us. Purpose is the thread that connects us back to something larger than our suffering. For some people, that purpose is their children. The knowledge that little eyes are watching and learning how to handle difficulty from how they see you handle it. For some, it is a creative project, a mission, a contribution they want to make to the world. For others, it is simply the people who would miss them, the relationships they would damage if they gave up. And for some, in the darkest moments, purpose might be as simple as curiosity, the desire to see how the story ends, the stubborn refusal to let this chapter be the final one. Whatever your purpose is, I want you to find it and hold on to it. Write it down, put it somewhere you will see it every day, make it your screensaver, tattoo it on your soul, because there will be moments when the pain screams so loud that you forget why you are fighting, and in those moments, you need something outside of your current emotional state to remind you. Your purpose is your anchor when nothing else can hold you. Take a moment right now. What is your purpose? What is the reason you keep going, even when it hurts? It does not have to be noble or impressive. It just has to be true for you. Let us pause here. I have given you a lot of information. I want you to actually integrate this. Take a moment to save this video so you can return to it whenever you need these reminders. Sometimes we need to hear something multiple times before it truly lands. Now I want to invite you into something deeper. Not just understanding these ideas intellectually, but feeling their truth in your body. If you are somewhere safe and comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes for the next few minutes. If you are driving or doing something that requires your attention, please keep your eyes open and simply listen. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for just a moment, and let it go slowly through your mouth. Again, breathe in, filling your lungs completely. Hold and release. One more time. In, hold, and let it all go. Begin to notice the weight of your body. Feel wherever you are being supported, the chair beneath you, the bed holding you, the floor under your feet. Let yourself be held. You do not have to hold anything up right now. You can let go of the tension you have been carrying. Notice your shoulders. They have been carrying so much. Give them permission to drop. Feel them release. Notice your jaw. It has been clenched, bracing for impact. Let it soften. Notice your hands. They have been gripping so tightly, trying to control what cannot be controlled. Let them open. Let them rest. You are safe in this moment. Whatever storms are raging in your life, they cannot reach you here, not in this breath, not in this second. Now I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a forest. This forest represents the difficult time you are going through. It is dense, it is dark, it is uncertain. You have been walking through this forest for what feels like a very long time, but as you stand here now, you notice something. There is a path beneath your feet. It may be overgrown, it may be hard to see sometimes, but it is there. It has been there all along, and it is leading somewhere. Now imagine that you can rise above the forest, just for a moment. You lift up gently, until you can see the landscape from above. From up here, you can see what you could not see from the ground. You can see that the forest has an edge. There is an end to it. You have been making progress, even when it did not feel like it. And you can see something else. The path you have been walking, it does not just lead out of the forest. It leads somewhere beautiful, somewhere you could not have reached any other way. The struggles you are facing are not random. They are not meaningless. They are taking you somewhere, and the place they are taking you could only be reached through this exact journey. Now I want you to imagine something else. Imagine the person you are becoming, the version of you that exists on the other side of this challenge. They are standing at the edge of the forest, looking back. What do they look like? How do they carry themselves? There is something different about them, a depth in their eyes that was not there before, a quiet strength that can only come from having survived what you are surviving now. This future version of you is not a stranger. They are you. They are who you are becoming through this very process, and they have a message for you. Listen, they are saying, you are going to make it. I know you cannot see how right now. I know it hurts more than you thought anything could hurt, but I am proof that you survived this. I am proof that it gets better. I am proof that everything you are going through right now is building something you cannot yet imagine. Keep going. I am waiting for you. Let those words land in your heart. You are not alone in this. Your future self is cheering you on. Every ancestor who survived impossible odds so that you could exist is with you. Every person who has ever walked through darkness and found light again is with you. You are part of a long line of survivors, and you will survive this too. Take one more deep breath. Let it fill you with whatever you need right now. Strength, hope, peace, trust. And when you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the room. Feel your body, wiggle your fingers and toes, and gently open your eyes. Welcome back. What you just experienced was not just a visualization. It was a connection to your own deepest wisdom, the part of you that knows things your conscious mind forgets, the part of you that has access to strength you do not even know you have. You can return to that place anytime you need to. It is always there waiting for you. Now, let us bring this down to earth. Let me give you 3 simple practices you can start using immediately. These are not complicated. They do not require special equipment or perfect conditions. They meet you exactly where you are. Practice 1, the morning minute. Every morning, before you check your phone, before you let the world in, take 60 seconds. Put your hand on your heart, feel it beating, and say to yourself, out loud or silently, I am still here. I am still fighting. That is enough for today. This is not about feeling positive. It is not about lying to yourself. It is about acknowledging the simple, profound truth that you made it through another night, that you are choosing to show up for another day, that even if you do nothing else today, you are still participating in your own life. The morning minute sets the tone. It reminds you that you are not a passive victim of your circumstances. You are an active participant in your own survival. Practice 2, the release ritual. Find something physical you can do when the emotions become too much. This is not about suppression, it is about healthy expression. Maybe it is writing. Get a journal and let the words pour out without editing, without judging. Write the ugliest, most painful, most shameful thoughts. Get them out of your head and onto paper where they lose some of their power. Maybe it is movement. Go for a walk, punch a pillow, dance in your room with the door locked. Let your body process what your mind cannot. Maybe it is crying. Give yourself full permission to fall apart. Set a timer if you need to. 20 minutes where you do not have to be strong, where you can let the grief, the fear, the anger flow through you without resistance. Emotions are energy. They need to move. When we trap them inside, they become toxic. When we let them flow through us, they pass. Choose your release ritual and use it whenever you need it. No shame, no judgment, just release. Practice 3, the evening evidence. At the end of each day before you sleep, find 3 pieces of evidence that you are okay. 3 things, no matter how small, that prove you are surviving, maybe even living. Maybe it is, I ate a meal today. I responded to a message. I noticed a moment of beauty. This is not gratitude practice in the toxic positivity sense. You do not have to feel grateful. You just have to notice evidence. Evidence that life is still happening, that you are still in it, that not everything is darkness. Over time, this practice rewires your brain. It teaches your mind to scan for signs of hope instead of only looking for threats. It does not deny the pain. It just refuses to let the pain be the only thing you see. The morning minute, the release ritual, the evening evidence, 3 anchors you can implement tonight. Simple, sustainable, powerful. Write these down. Commit to trying them for 1 week, 7 days. That is all I am asking. Not forever, just 7 days. See what happens. We have traveled far together in the last hour. You came here searching for something, a sign, a guide, a reason to keep going, and I hope you found it. Not from me, but from within yourself. I did not give you anything you did not already have. I just helped you remember. You are stronger than you know, not because you do not feel pain, but because you feel it and keep going anyway. That is the definition of courage, not the absence of fear, but action in the presence of fear. The difficult chapter you are in right now is not your whole story. It is not even the climax. It is the part of the story where the hero is being forged, where the skills are being developed, where the transformation is happening beneath the surface. Every great story has a dark night, a moment when all seems lost, and every great hero has a turning point, a moment when they stop running from their pain and start learning from it. This can be your turning point, not because everything magically gets better from here, but because you now see differently. You now understand that your struggles are not evidence of your weakness, but the very fires that are forging your strength. I am not going to promise you that everything will be okay. I do not know your situation. I do not know the specifics of what you are facing, but I will promise you this. You have survived 100% of your worst days so far, and that track record is going to continue. There are people who need what you are learning right now. There are people who will one day look at you and say, "How did you make it through that?" And you will have something real to offer them, not theory, not platitudes, but wisdom earned through experience. Your pain is becoming your purpose. Your wounds are becoming your wisdom. Your test is becoming your testimony. Before you go, I want to leave you with one final thought. On the other side of this struggle, you are going to look back at this exact moment. You are going to remember finding this video, and you are going to smile, because you will know something then that you can only take on faith now. It was all worth it. The darkness was worth it. The pain was worth it. The confusion and fear and endless nights were all worth it, because they made you who you needed to become. Hold on to that, even when you cannot see it, especially when you cannot see it. You are not lost. You are just on the difficult part of the trail. Keep climbing. The view from the top is going to be extraordinary. If this video meant something to you, if it found you at the right moment and gave you something you needed, I have one request. Pass it on. Think of one person in your life who might be struggling right now, someone who could use these words, and send them this video. You do not have to say anything, just send the link. Let them know someone is thinking of them. Sometimes the smallest gesture, a shared video, a text that says, "I thought of you," that can be someone's turning point. You might be the sign someone else is looking for. Now there is more I want to share with you. In our next video, we are going to go deeper into building unshakable inner peace, even when external circumstances are chaotic. We will explore specific techniques for quieting the mind, processing difficult emotions, and creating a foundation of calm that nothing can shake. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss it. Until then, remember, you are not alone, you are not broken, you are becoming. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.